Om Sai Ram. This is a reading of the Vishnu Sahasranama, and this is being read from a book by Swami Chinmayananda called 1,000 Ways to the Transcendental. In each chapter, I'll be reading 50 of these glorious names of the Lord Vishnu, along with possible meanings and implications of each name. Number 1, Vishwam, he whose manifestation is the whole universe of forms. The Virat Purusha, the cause is always present in the effects, and as such, that form from which the whole universe has emerged out can only be its own manifestation. The whole cosmos of gross forms is his own expression, and therefore he is called as Virata Purusha. Number 2, Vishnu. The term Vishnu is dissolved as that which pervades everything. That which has the nature of pervasiveness is Vishnu. He is the one who pervades all, and nothing ever pervades him. Number 3, Vashatkara. In the ritualistic portion of the Vedas, we find many mantras ending with Vashat, and they are used in pouring devoted and dedicated oblations. Thus, the term Vashatkara means he who is invoked, and for propitiating whom the oblations are poured in Vedic ritualism, using mantras ending with Vashat. Number 4, Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu, he who is the Lord or Prabhu of the past, that is Bhuta, the future Bhavya, and the present Bhavat. Time is the concept of the intellect. It expresses itself in the interval between experiences. Experiences are registered as thoughts, and thoughts are ever changing. This very change is known and experienced by us. The knower of the change must be something other than the change. Thus, he who is the illuminator of all changes, meaning the consciousness or Atma, is the Lord Vishnu. He is the one who is not conditioned by time. Number 5, Bhutakrit, the creator or Krit of all creatures, that is Bhuta. This word can be dissolved in 2 ways. A, one who creates the creatures, or B, one who annihilates all creatures. In both these cases, Brahman, the Supreme, is the one reality that seems to function as the creator, sustainer, or destroyer when he functions through different gunas in the total mind. Number 6, Bhuta Brit, one who nurtures and nourishes all beings or living creatures in all their attitudes, is this great reality, and therefore he is called as the Bhuta Brit. Number 7, Bhava, one who becomes himself into the movable and the immovable beings and things in this world. He is the pure existence in all sentient organisms and the insentient objects in the universe. Hence, he is indicated by the term Bhava. Number 8, Bhutatma. He is the Atma of all beings, the very be in all living beings. Just as the same universal space plays in all rooms as the room space, or in all pots as the pot space, so the infinite life playing through any given vehicle is called the Atma of the vehicle. Number 9, Bhuta Bhavana, one who creates and multiplies the creatures, meaning the one who is the cause for the birth and who is responsible for the growth of all living creatures. Number 10, Puta Atma, one with an extremely pure putam or essence, one who is not affected the least by the impurities of Maya. The self is beyond all vasanas, and therefore he cannot be affected by any one of the manifestations of Maya, such as thoughts of the intellect, emotions of the mind, or perceptions of the body. Immaculate is ever the self, and so he is termed as the pure self, or Putatma. Number 11, Paramatma, the supreme, meaning that which transcends all limitations and imperfections of matter. In short, the transcendental reality. The spirit is other than matter, and that in its presence, the vestures of matter, borrowing their dynamism from him, play their parts rhythmically at all times. Number 12, Muktanam Paramagati, he who is the final goal that is reached by all the liberated souls. The limitations and bondages lived through by man are in fact the destiny of the matter vestures. Through delusion of our understanding, we identify with them and come to suffer the consequent sense of imperfections. To liberate ourselves from the thraldom of matter is to realize the self. Hence, the truth is defined as the supreme goal of the emancipated. Number 13, Avyaya. Vyaya means destruction. Destruction cannot be without change. Therefore, that which is without destruction, avyaya, is the changeless. The indestructible and therefore changeless can never have any modifications. For modification is but the death of a previous condition and the birth of a new condition. The eternal and the immutable, avyaya, is the supreme, Satchit Ananda, and every other thing and being come under the hammer of change. Number 14, Purusha, one who dwells in the fourth city. Herein, metaphorically, the rishis conceive our body as a fortress with 9 gateways, and declare the one who rules within it like a king is the self. Number 15, Sakshi, or witness. In everyday life, he is a witness who, without any mental reservation or personal interest, observes and watches what is happening in a field of experience. Number 16, Kshetrajna, one who knows the body and all the experiences from within the body, is the knower of the field, Kshetrajna. As Brahma Purana would put it, bodies are fields and the Atma illumines them without an effort and therefore is called knower of the field, Kshetrajna. Number 17, Akshara. Indestructible things which are finite are necessarily conditioned by time and space. The infinite is unconditioned, and so it is Akshara. Since it is indestructible, it cannot come under the methods of universal destruction arising from nature or through the willful actions of man. Number 18, Yoga. The one who is to be known or realized through yoga. By withdrawing the sense organs from their objects of preoccupation, when the mind of the seeker becomes quietened, he is lifted to a higher plane of consciousness, wherein he attains yoga, meaning wherein he realizes the reality. Number 19, Yoga Vidam Neta, one who guides all the activities of all men who know yoga. To all men of realization, he who is the ideal is the Supreme Lord. Number 20, Pradhana Purusha Ishvara, Lord of both Pradhana and Purusha. The term Pradhana means Maya, the total cause for the entire universe of forms. Purusha indicates the individuality in each of us, that is, the Jiva. Lord Ishvara means the master. The Lord of Maya and Jiva means the one who makes both these possible to exist and function. Number 21, Narasimha Vapu, one whose form is half human and half lion. This is the famous 4th incarnation of Lord Vishnu, which he took in order to destroy the atheistic tyrant Hiranyakashipu and bless his devotee Prahalada. Number 22, Shriman, one who is always with Shri. Mother Shri is Mother Lakshmi. In the Puranic terminology, Lakshmi stands for all powers, all faculties. The total manifested power potential in the Omnipotent is Lakshmi. These powers are ever in him and therefore he is the Shriman. Number 23, Keshava. He who has beautiful and graceful locks of hair, or Kesha, is familiar as in Lord Krishna's form. Or it can also mean one who destroyed the demon Keshan, who was sent to destroy the child Krishna by his uncle Kamsa. This interpretation is endorsed by the Vishnu Purana. Number 24, Purushottama. The constitution of the individuality Jiva, when analyzed, we find that it is made up of both the perishable matter matter and the imperishable spirit. The spirit expressing through matter is the individuality or jiva. Reflected moon is the moon of the heavens dancing on the surface of water. Just as the moon is something different from its reflections, so too is the self, in its transcendental nature, something different from both matter, the perishable, and spirit, the imperishable ever playing in matter. This transcendental truth is indicated by the term the Supreme Purusha or Purushottama. Number 25, Sarva. He who is the all, he being the one cause from which have sprung forth all things and all beings. He himself is the all. In Mahabharata Udyoga Parva, we read, as he is the origin and end of all, whether existent or otherwise, and as he at all times cognizes all, he is called Sarva. All waves rise from the same ocean, and therefore the ocean is the very essence in all waves. Number 26 is again Sarva, the auspicious one, meaning the one who gives auspiciousness to those who hear of him, to those who have a vision of him, and to those who meditate upon him. Number 27, Shiva, the one who is eternally pure. In him can never be any contamination of the imperfection of rajas and tamas. Non-apprehension of reality is tamas, and misapprehensions of reality constitute the rajas. The ultimate reality or self suffers from neither rajas nor tamas. Number 28, Sthana. Generally, this term sthana is used for the permanent pillars that mark the frontiers of a country. They are permanent, immovable, fixed. The truth that remains thus firm and motionless, without movement, permanently established in its own realm of purity, is called by the term sthana, the pillar. Number 29, Bhutadi, the very cause for the 5 great elements, that is, space, air, fire, water, and earth. Number 30, Avyaya Nidhi, the imperishable treasure. The term Nidhi means that in which precious things are stored away or preserved secretly. Therefore, he who is the substratum or container for the entire universe is the Nidhi. During the dissolution, the one into whom all things go to lie merged therein temporarily till the next projection or creation as this immutable treasure chest, the Vishnu. Number 31, Sambhava, one who takes up by his own free will various incarnations for the glory of the world, is Sambhava. In fact, he alone is the source of all that is created. Number 32, Bhavana. To do bhavana is to give. One who gives everything to his devotees is bhavana. The Lord is one who gives both joy and sorrow to each one according to his deserts. Number 33, Bharta, the one who governs the entire living world. Governing includes protecting the world from all harms and serving it positively with progress and joy. One who does these to all creatures at all times is Vishnu, the great Bharta. Number 34, Prabhava, the one who is the very womb of all the 5 great elements. It is that from which even the very concepts of time and space have sprung up. Number 35, Prabhu, the Almighty Lord, he who is the all-powerful, he who has the supreme freedom to do, not to do, or to do quite differently from what he had already done, is considered as the Prabhu. Number 36, Ishvara, one who has the ability to do everything without the help of other beings or things, is called Ishvara. Number 37, Swayambhu, the one who manifests himself from himself, is considered as self-made. Everything born or produced must have a cause. The Supreme is the cause from which all effects arise, and itself has no cause. This uncaused cause of all, this ultimate cause, with reference to which everything else is considered as effects, is in itself the absolute cause. This idea is indicated by the term self-made, Swayambhu. Number 38, Shambhu, he who brings auspiciousness, both inner goodness and outer prosperity to his devotees. Shambhu is also one of the famous names of Lord Shiva. By using this term in invoking Vishnu, by its suggestion, it declares that Vishnu and Shiva are not two divine entities, but they are both manifestations of the one essential reality. Number 39, Aditya, the truth or Purusha that glows with a golden splendor in the solar orb is called Aditya. There are 12 Adityas. Of them, one is called Vishnu. Krishna himself declares, I am Vishnu among the Adityas. The word Aditya can mean son of Aditi, signifying the one who was born as the son of Aditi in his Vamana incarnation. The term Aditya can also mean in Sanskrit, one who is like the sun. The sun is the one who illumines all, and every living creature draws its nurture and nourishment directly or indirectly, always from the sun alone. In the same way, Brahman is the one sun in the universe of living creatures, illuminating all experiences of all creatures. Number 40, Pushkaraksha, one who has eyes like the lotus. Joy and peace in the bosom of an individual are expressed in the world outside at no other point so vividly as in the eyes. The one whose inner peace and joy, beaming out through his eyes, bring into the devoted hearts all the aesthetic beauty and romantic thrills of seeing a lotus dancing in the breeze. In short, the term indicates the Lord who with his beautiful looks magically lifts all the sorrows in the devotee's heart and fills it with peace, joy and perfection. Number 41, Mahasvana, one who possesses the thundering voice of compulsion. Svana means sound, one whose call is thundered in all hearts, familiarly known as the compelling whisperer of the higher, or Swanam can also mean breath, and so the term can mean he whose great breath is the very Vedas. Number 42, Anadhi Nidhana, one who has neither birth nor death, thus one who is changeless, Anadhi Nidhanam. For any change should include the death of an old condition and the birth of a newer condition. To the immortal and the immutable, change is impossible. Number 43, Data, one who is the substratum for the world of names and forms, and who supports all fields of experiences in all. He who is the screen for the cinema of empirical experiences. Number 44, Vidhata, the one who is the dispenser of all fruits of action. In the Karma Kanda portion of the Vedas, Ishvara is described as the dispenser of fruit. He is the Lord who is behind this universe of scientific truths and rhythm. He is the one who has not only ordered the laws of nature, but he is the one afraid of whom the phenomena dare not disobey his laws anywhere at any time. Number 45, Dhatur Uttama. The fundamentals that form the reinforcement on any existent thing are called dhatu. In the science of life, as explored by the rishis, all corporal forms have risen from and exist as composed of some definite elemental factors called the dhatus. Of the endless variety of dhatus available in existence, the subtlest dhatu, without which no existence is ever possible, is the chit dhatu, and this is dhatu ruttama. Number 46, Aprameya, he who cannot be defined and explained in terms of any logical terms of reference with other things, should necessarily be inexpressible. A thing that can be directly perceived can be described. Certain other things, which we may not directly perceive, but we can infer them from data available. And there are yet things which can be brought home to the listener by describing them in terms of similar other objects. Since the infinite has no properties, it cannot be perceived, and nor can it be understood through inference, not even explained in terms of similar or dissimilar things. Hence, the Supreme Reality, Vishnu, is called as Aprameya. We can experience him only by ending all sense of separateness and becoming one with him. Number 47, Hrishikesha. In the Puranic literature, the meaning for this term is close-cropped, or one who has coiled up his locks of hair. It can also be interpreted as the Lord of the senses. The term Hrishikesha is an absolute one now, and it means the sense organs. The Atma, the Self, as consciousness, is the one who gives light to all the sense organs, and therefore it is the Lord of the sense organs. This Lord is Vishnu. Number 48, Padmanabha, one from whose navel springs the lotus, which is the seat of the four-faced creator, Brahmaji. Lotus in Hinduism represents the seat of either truth or any of its manifested powers. The creative faculties in man flow from the navel area and manifest as the four-faced inner equipment, constituted of the mind, intellect, chit, and ego. Number 49, Amara Prabhu, the Lord of the immortals, the Devas, the denizens of the heavens, including all the office bearers therein, along with Indra, are called Devas, and they enjoy in their heavenly state a relative immortality. They live and continue functioning till the great dissolution, the sleep of the Creator. Compared with the short span of the existence of man on this globe, the eons through which the Devas live can be considered as endless or immortal. One who serves them with his might, giving protection and security to all creatures, is called Amara Prabhu. Number 50, Vishwakarma, the very creator of the world of objects, of all equipments of experiences, and of all experiences in all bosoms, is called Vishwakarma. Herein, the infinite Lord is but a witness of all that is happening, and though the experienced world is sustained in him, he is not involved in the imperfections or mortality that are happening all around at all times in the Vishwam. They are in me, I am not in them, says the Gita. And so this brings us to the end of names 1 through 50 of the Vishnu Sahasranama.